Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of CNC Productions. And today we're going to be drawing the Carcharodontosaurus. But before we do, we're going to learn a little bit about this gigantic carnivore. Now, Carcharodon is the scientific name for the great white shark, the most fearsome killer to roam the seas. It only takes a glance at Carcharodontosaurus to realize why this theropod has such a name. With 8-inch curved serrated teeth set into a 5-foot-long skull and a body perhaps up to 45 feet in length, this was one of the greatest carnivores ever to walk the earth. It was even larger than Tyrannosaurus, though it was less intelligent. A fine Carcharodontosaurus skull was found in Morocco in 1995, and it showed that while the two dinosaurs' skulls were of similar size, Tyrannosaurus' brain case was 150% bigger. Still, Carcharodontosaurus was surely a devastating killer of huge herbivores such as Titan that lived in the coastal mangrove swamps of North Africa. The first fossils were discovered in Egypt in the 1920s by Ernst Stromer and housed, along with Spinosaurus, in Munich's Bavarian State Collection of Paleontology and Historical Geology. Their destruction in wartime forced subsequent generations of experts to rely on Stromer's surviving technical drawings and descriptions. Also lost were the details of Stromer's excavation site in Egypt, but when a team from Chicago's Field Museum found the skull in Morocco and saw it fitted Stromer's description of Carcharodontosaurus, this cast new light on the creature. Now that it's confirmed that Stromer's excavations took place at a site called Baharia Oasis, paleontologists are hopeful of uncovering more of these giants in the future. A particularly grisly detail about Carcharodontosaurus' teeth is that there are grooves in the sides that allow the blood to flow away as it was biting down on its victim. Interestingly, Carcharodontosaurus had actually a very weak skull, and experts theorize, such as was seen in the documentary Planet Dinosaur, that Carcharodontosaurus would attack and slash its prey, biting it repeatedly and then letting it go for it to die while it was weak. Its skull probably wouldn't have been able to withstand a lot of stress in an intensive struggle. Alright, now that we've learned a little bit about it, now we can get to drawing it. Now, Carcharodontosaurus' head is an important detail in the drawing, and you're going to want to get this right. It has a small ridge, which is where we're going to start. Its head was very triangular in shape. Sort of like that. And the neck. Make it very large and muscular. The hands. Stomach, and the legs, which were long, powerful. Alright, then we continue along the back. If you have to erase any details, just go ahead. And draw the tail. That's your basic outline of the Carcharodontosaurus. Now we're going to get into the smaller details. Now, Carcharodontosaurus had a huge mouth. Add some scales there. I want to add a closed jaw muscle. And its teeth were huge, so even if you don't draw as many teeth, make sure you draw them very large, like that, almost like a monster's teeth. Its eye, scales around the eye. If you'd like, you can add smaller spikes around the front. From the jaw. Add any smaller details. Alrighty. Now, kind of other skin flaps, spine, neck muscles, muscles in the tail, leg muscles, the hip. Individualize the toes, draw the claws, toe scales. Ribs. Okay, continue to go along the arms, adding the claws on the hand. Individualize the fingers, add the scales. Alright. Then along the head and the back, add spikes. Alright, there's your finished outline. Now we're going to get to coloring it in. Alright, the color scheme I've chosen for the Carcharodontosaurus. You will need light green, pink, charcoal, or a very dark gray, a lighter gray, orange, brown, red, and black. Okay. Now for the green, simply need to color in his eye. Normally I color them in red, but there's a lot of that kind of color going on in this particular drawing. Alrighty, and for the red, I'm going to color this in, because it's a thin layer of skin that would have been filled with blood vessels. Just like that. That's all you'll need just real quick. There, just like that. Okay. Now for the black, one wants to go color in the hands. As well as spots along the back and neck of the creature. Okay, just like that. Now the lighter black or darker gray charcoal color, because you don't want it to be quite as dark, simply go across the creature's face. That way you don't color over the smaller details. Okay. Now for the orange, which you want to go along the part of the back that's covered with the spots. Okay, there you go. Now for the brown. Color in just above the black on the feet and the hands. Okay, then take the pink, color in the rest of the dinosaur. Alright, and then take the gray and all the colors, or all the parts of the dinosaur that were gray, or that were pink, sorry, color in a second layer of gray. And there you go. We're finished. Carcharodontosaurus. Now you can color in your Carcharodontosaurus any way that you want. This is just a suggestion. If you guys have any other suggestions or dinosaurs that you'd like me to draw, then just go ahead and leave a comment, and I'll be sure to do a video for it. you enjoyed this video, then leave a like, and until next time, I'll see you guys later.